Murder. There's a clear definition for what murder is, and it is the intention of killing of someone. Within that context, let's actually look at homicide slash murder, intentional killing of humans. And we want to sort of look at it in Jamaica. When one looks at what obtains in Jamaica in the 1970s, we start seeing a rise in murders in the 1970s. It increased in the 1980s, escalated in the 1970s, and is now a monster in 2024. But this monster we're actually talking about, which is murder, is not specialized or confined to any political party. And I've done a research on that, which you can actually go and look at online, where we look at murders in Jamaica based on political parties, and you'll realize that murders in terms of during the PMP administration is marginally higher than during the GLP's administration. So we're not talking about any one political party doing extremely well in Jamaica in terms of controlling or addressing the murder phenomenon. It is just out of control, and we do not seem to be able to address the problem. And when one wants to say ban TikTok to address murder, there is a simplistic and an irrational perspective and approach to a problem that goes way, way beyond TikTok. Now, if you look at the murder figures for Jamaica, and I've done some work online, you can actually go and look at that. We're murdering on average 6 persons a day, between 4 and 6 persons a day in Jamaica. Yeah. 4 to 6 persons a day were murdered in Jamaica. And this has been happening for years during the PMP administration and now in the GLP administration. What we have seen in Jamaica, we have seen Zozo, we have seen a number of curfews, and they are not addressing the problem that we're talking about. Murder has continued to rise and is on the rise in Jamaica, and there seems to be no stop of the issue. When are we going to address this problem? Answer my question. And I'm speaking to political administrators, I'm speaking to policymakers, I'm speaking to the Minister of National Security, Dr. Horace Strang. When are we going to solve the murder problem in Jamaica? What exactly is actually causing this escalated increase in murders? What is causing this exponential rise in murders? Why is murder so uncontrolled that we are unable to solve it? Jamaica is now among the top 5 leading countries with murders. And that has been so for the past 10 years. We are now reached the stage where we are now in the top 3. And Jamaica's population is about 3 million. Jamaica's population is approximately 1% of that of the US population and has more murders than the US. Jamaica's population is substantially less than many other developed societies and developing nations, and yes, we're among the top 3 most murderous countries in the world. When are we going to solve this problem? Jamaica is one unsafe place to live in. Once I talk about Jamaica as a place to actually raise family, grow, and live, that reality is no longer the case. Jamaica is an unsafe place to live. When are we going to solve the problem? Why are we pussyfooting around the issue? Why is murder continuously increasing to the point of no return? Is it suiting someone to keep the society where it is? Is there a genuine reason why we're having this murder pandemic being unstopped, unsolved? Is there an issue that is deep in terms of the murder phenomenon? When are we going to solve this problem? Mr. Holness, you have done Jamaica this service. Mr. Golden, do you have a solution to the problem? Do you have a solution to the problem? The people of Jamaica need a solution to this crime phenomenon, particularly the murder pandemic. We have got to solve it, Mr. Holness. Dr. Chang, we have got to solve it. Or you need to be removed from that ministry. We have got to solve the murder pandemic in Jamaica. A country of approximately 3 million people cannot be among the top 3 most murderous nations in the world. And the population of Jamaica is not comparable to many other countries that are more populous than we are. America don't have the same murder rate as we do. Many places in Africa would not have the same murder rate as we do. Many places in South America with far more people than we do. We have more murders than they do per capita. When are we going to solve this murder phenomenon? Is this murder phenomenon designed that we're going to kill off a few of the niggers, the people in Jamaica? When are we going to address this murder phenomenon? When are we going to stop unaliving people in Jamaica? When are we going to address the issues, those underlying issues that are seen intentional homicides, intentional murders, intentional unaliving of people? We are worried about 2 TikTok persons who have been killed. There are over 1,200 murders committed to date. And you're worried about 2. Banning TikTok is not the issue. Those are 2 murders of over 1,200. The matter needs to be addressed. When are we going to solve this murder phenomenon? Each day, as we go along, 4 more persons or 5 persons are murdered in Jamaica. Will we address the problem when those persons in politics are unalived? Are we going to address this murder phenomenon when many of the upper class people have got to decide to leave Jamaica because it's unsafe? Are we going to address this murder phenomenon when possibly some influential persons in Jamaica is unalived? When are we going to address the problem? When are we going to address the murder pandemic? A country with approximately 3 million people cannot be among the top 3 most murderous nations in the world with less persons compared to many other societies, many other nations. That cannot be and is not acceptable. It should not be acceptable by the people of Jamaica. The people of Jamaica need to start voting based on murder solutions. Murder solution has to be a part of a discussion as it relates to finding a solution to the problem of murders. And that will determine who we're going to vote for. The people of Jamaica need to put murder as a part of the political campaigning agenda for the next general election. We cannot continue like this. What do you have to say? What do you have to say? Think about it for a minute. A country with 3 million persons are is among the top 5 or 3 most murderous nation in the world. What do you have to say? Should we put murder management and control as a part of the discussion and the requirement of voting for the next general election? What do you have to say? Do you agree? Do you agree with me? Do you agree?